Hello and welcome to Culcheth High School's virtual Year 6 parent information event. Under the current circumstances, we are unable to host the usual in-school events, so we are using our innovative practices to ensure that you as parents and our Year 6 students get as much information and support through our online platforms to prepare them for their time at Culcheth High School. As head teacher at Culcheth High School, I'm extremely proud and privileged to work in such a fantastic school with dedicated staff and enthusiastic students. As head teacher, I know that your child will flourish at Culcheth High School. As a parent, I can speak to you knowing exactly how you feel about what lies ahead for your son or daughter, as I have been through this whole process with my own children. It is completely natural to be excited and a little nervous at this same time as we start the next chapter in the education of your children, especially under the current circumstances. Please let me reassure you as a parent and head teacher that everything will be okay. Our innovative approach to online learning for our current students will be used and extended to our new Year 7 students and parents. Hopefully, by September, a sense of normality will have returned. However, at Culcheth High School, we have planned for each eventuality and are ready to communicate the plans once we've been guided by the government as to what school will look like in September for all students. As a parent, I'd want to be reassured that my children are going to be safe, happy, and will be given the opportunities to achieve in their school. As head teacher, I use the very same guiding principles for your children to ensure that they get the best experiences in school through great teaching and exceptional pastoral support. A school's best resource is its staff, and your children will be working with some of the very best professionals that I have ever worked with. You'll be hearing from two of my colleagues shortly. Mr. Brown, Assistant Head Teacher, and Miss Butler, Progress Leader for Year 7. I look forward to working with you to ensure the very best for your child. It is important to set, secure and maintain high standards and expectations for all at Culcheth High School with regards to behaviour, conduct, uniform and attitudes to learning. As a school, we cannot do this alone. Only working in partnership with yourselves and the students can we provide an excellent foundation for students to achieve their full potential. I want all of our students to take full advantage of all of the opportunities extended to them at Culcheth High School. We are a very successful academic school. However, we are not an exam factory. I think this is important to remember when defining the success and development of our students. It is important that all students fully immerse themselves in all aspects of school life to enrich themselves as young people. Moreover, I want all students to contribute to the enrichment of each other. We are not just a school, we are a school community where we support, nurture and challenge each other to be the best that we can be. This sets a foundation for success for all and allows everyone in the school community to live and uphold our school values of respect, honesty and excellence. I think this promotes what most parents want: happy students who leave school as articulate, skilled and enthusiastic young people, well equipped for the challenges and opportunities beyond the gates of Culcheth High School. Before I pass over to my colleagues, I just want to reassure parents and carers and our new Year 7 students that we will do everything that we can in the current circumstances to prepare you for September. If there is anything further you need, don't hesitate to contact us in school. We promise that when Year 7 students come into the school building on Monday the 6th of September, those first few days will be spent doing induction and orientation activities to support their learning and time at Culcheth High School. I will now pass over to the experts who are going to talk to you about the plans for our provision online and beyond. I hope you have found this very useful and reassuring, and if you have any further questions at all, then please don't hesitate to contact us in school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. I would like to speak to you briefly about our adapted transition process and then about our standards and expectations here at Culcheth High School. We have always been proud of our transition process and we have never viewed transition as something that only happens now. Throughout the course of the year, we speak with our partners in the many primary schools that your children attend to ensure that we prepare to welcome them into our school. This year, there have again been a number of challenges in how we could manage the transition process in light of the change in restrictions brought about by the COVID-19. However, we have once again worked to refine our process, and I hope that you feel that we have been clear in how we have communicated these changes and that the information we have provided has been useful. I also hope that your children have accessed the Google account which we set up almost 2 months ago, and that they have begun to interact with other future Year 7s on the Transition Google Classroom. This is a valuable resource as it contains a video tour of the school, as well as other videos, including weekly challenges designed to help students get used to using Google Classroom, set up by the Year 7 Progress Leader, Miss Butler. If you need any further support with accessing this, then please contact us at school. If you have accessed the Google Classroom, then you will of course already know that Miss Butler is our Year 7 Progress Leader. She has provided a lot of information on the Transition Google Classroom about life at Culcheth High School, and it has been great to see how many future Year 7s have interacted with the various online discussions that Miss Butler has set up. As well as this, Miss Butler has worked with a team of our staff, particularly Mrs Brearley, to speak with all the primary schools throughout the transition process and make sure that we have shared all the information that we need in order that your children can make a great start here in September. In the next few days, you will receive transition and induction booklets and a letter confirming the form group that your children have been placed in for September. We will again use Google Classroom as a way for our future Year 7s to interact with the members of their new form and their form tutor. From next week, these form group Google Classrooms will include a video introduction from form tutors. We wish we were able to host our future Year 7s for the usual induction day this week, but that has not been possible. We are conscious that, due to the cancellation of Open Evening last October, the vast majority of students will not have ever been inside the school building. Please let me reassure you that we do have a number of different plans for getting future Year 7s inducted into the school when they arrive in September to ensure that they can make a fantastic start. Whilst I have spoken at our induction evening several times now, in the last 3 years, I've had a true sense of how you are feeling. My daughter Isabel is now in Year 9 and her sister Olivia is in Year 7 at our local high school. Particularly as the parent of a Year 7 student, I know how difficult it was for them to miss out on some of the usual celebration events that conclude their time at primary school, as well as the extra uncertainty about joining high school because transition was not how they expected it to be. Under normal circumstances, I know that this is a big change for parents as well as students. Your children are leaving a school that they have attended for up to 7 years, and this year the potential for anxiety is greatly increased. I want to again reassure you that we will do all we can to help you with this considerable change by providing as much information as we can and by responding promptly to any inquiries that you may have. We, of course, had similar challenges with transition last year, but our current Year 7 settled really quickly in September. They have been fantastic and have done ever so well. We are really looking forward to welcoming our new Year 7s in September, and therefore I want to now focus on the standards and expectations that we have of all Culcheth High School students. At Culcheth High School, we have the highest standards and expectations for all our students, and we know that this will be one of the reasons that you have chosen to send your children here. These standards relate to uniform, attendance and punctuality, behaviour and conduct, and we want to use this occasion to emphasise that these are all vital factors in creating the best possible conditions for learning for our students. Behaviour and conduct are obviously significant for any school. We have clear standards of behaviour that we expect, but we also talk about the importance of positive learning behaviours where engagement, participation and enthusiasm are key. All that we do is underpinned by our core values of respect, honesty and excellence. And this way, teaching staff, support staff and students work together so that we are always learning. This is symbolised by our mantra, "We are CHS." This is a way for us to reaffirm our school values and ensure that they are upheld and celebrated here every day. Each day at Culcheth High School begins with students being in their form group, and I would like to now hand over to Miss Butler, who is going to speak to you about the link between home and school and how the form group and form tutor plays a key part in this partnership.
Good evening, parents and carers. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. I hope you are all well in these still uncertain times. We're still unsure what changes the next few weeks will bring, but we are committed to give your children the best start possible to secondary school life. As Mr. Brown mentioned, I am going to talk about homeschool partnership and the role of the form tutor. I will begin by outlining the role of the form tutor. This would usually be delivered by the form tutor on induction evening. The role of the form tutor. The form tutor meets the students daily and they are the first point of contact should you have any concerns or queries. They monitor a variety of things: attendance, uniform, rewards and behaviour of students. They monitor student progress via regular progress reviews. They work closely with myself and with the inclusion team and the mentors to ensure that all students' needs are met. Registration. Monday is Year 7 Assembly Day. It's usually in the school hall, although recently, due to COVID regulations, it has been delivered virtually via tutors in the form room. Tuesdays to Friday, 8:40 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. is tutor time. Students are marked late for registration if they arrive after 8:45 a.m. and students who are late without a valid reason will get an automatic lunchtime detention. If you know your child is going to be late, please contact the school to let us know. There are a range of activities in tutor time. This is our Ready to Learn programme. It also includes things like uniform and planner checking and attendance monitoring. School uniform. Culcheth High School takes pride in the standard of our school uniform. You will have received information on how to order this. School shoes. Please note from the slide here, these are not school shoes. These are hybrid versions. They're often sold as school shoes, but they're not acceptable to us. Further guidance can be found on the school website as to what appropriate shoes are for students to wear to school. If your child needs to wear specific shoes for school due to any medical conditions, please contact us. Student planner. The planner is for recording homework, rewards and attendance, and it should be signed weekly by parents and carers and the form tutor so that we know that everyone is monitoring it. It has lots and lots of information in the front that the student needs to know and is integral to the school day. It's a way of communicating between home and school and vice versa. Much of students' homework now is put on Google Classroom by teachers, but I would please always encourage students and would ask you to do the same to encourage your children to use their planner as an instant way of looking to see what homework they've got as soon as they get home from school each day. The weekly planner page. You can see here is a mock-up of a weekly planner page. On Fridays in registration, your child will fill in their subjects for the following week. As the following week progresses, we would advise them to have their planner open at this page every lesson. They can then simply record if no homework was set or provide some simple instructions if it has been set, such as see Google Classroom if that's where it's located. They can also add a due date for the homework, and there's also a column where they can tick it when it's done. They can also add all the key information in for those dates. Is there things they need to bring in, maybe for food technology? Are there auditions for something in school? Is there a club they're going to go to? They can use the planner to help them organise their time. There's also a box at the bottom if you need to write any notes for us, but also if we need to pass any messages on to you. There is also a section where they will fill in their attendance data and for a signature. Attendance. Attendance is key to student success. It's monitored daily and also through fortnightly data. If your child is ill, contact the school daily and follow up with a letter or role in the planner when they return. This is particularly important when your child is ill so that we know they are still at home. It is a key safeguarding issue. Research shows a strong correlation between low attendance and academic underachievement, so high attendance is very, very important. Invitations to reward trips require students to have reached an attendance threshold of at least 96%, which equates to about 6 days. Behaviour. We now have our We Are CHS initiative. All lessons in school are graded 1, 2, 3 or 4. A 2 is the standard. This simply means that your child is doing everything that we expect of them in lessons. If they exceed our expectations, they would be awarded a 1 and a comment will be added as to why. If they're slipping below expectations, for example, they're forgetting equipment, not doing homework, talking in class, interrupting other students, they would be downgraded to a 3 and a detention possibly issued. If there are serious behaviour concerns in a lesson, for example, if they had to be removed from the classroom, they would be graded as a 4 and further actions would be taken. Invitations to reward trips require students to have 90% at least of lessons graded 1 or 2 to be able to go on any reward trips. The Culture High School app. This is an invaluable source of information for parents. As you can see, it can be downloaded straight away at the www.myedschoolapp.com/get. Many of you already have this as you have older siblings at the school or you have primary school children who already use this. Thank you. If you have any queries or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact us at the school. One thing I would like to emphasise is the support you as parents and carers can offer, particularly in the early days of high school. High school is a big place and there is a lot to adjust to at first. Please talk to your child each night. Ask them to talk you through what they've done, what they have enjoyed and what they have found challenging. Ask them to talk you through how they have used their planner. Many Year 7 students struggle initially with organisation. These simple steps each evening will help you and them to identify any areas that they may be struggling with. Please encourage them to talk to the form tutor and subject teachers and don't hesitate to get in touch with us at the school so we can help to support them. Thank you.